Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to It's Over, Regrets, a 40-year-old woman who reached old age without ever having a partner. Damn, man. Just to get to that point, you have to, you are bad at what you're bad at everything, man. At that point, you are bad at everything. Let's jump in. Oh wow, damn, damn, wow. What? A little psycho, huh? That looked like a skit, huh? That looked like a skit, guys.
Welcome to the wall. Offended in a bad way when a man rejects them. We want to invite you to smash that like button.
And I'm single. So I met this out on me on a first date. If you don't know me, I'm Annie, and I'm single. So I met this guy on Bumble. Wait. My friend told me that I have to be doing an activity during a story time because people need to stay to the end. So I'm gonna draw you. And you might be thinking, but I don't know what you look like. Listen, I'm a professional. Don't you worry. God, this is looking so good. Back to the story. So I matched with a guy on Bumble. We set up a date, pretty standard stuff, and I'm getting ready for this date. And I was really insecure about my smile lines around that time, as I think a lot of women are. So I bought a product on Amazon to help me with that. They were suction cup wrinkle reducers. Why is this important? It's important. So right before I get ready for my date, I use these suction cup things. Basically just like run them over your wrinkles, and it's supposed to smooth them out. I didn't really think it made a difference, but whatever. And then I put on my makeup, got dressed, and left. This is when it gets fun. So I walk into the restaurant and I see the guy. And I'm like, hey,
her voice is just, she's pretending to be so young that it's just coming out as a way too old. That she looks way too old to be doing this kind of voice, man.
Jonathan. And when he turns and looks at me, he looks a little off. Like his facial expression when he sees me. But I was really feeling myself. I was wearing a really nice outfit. I spent extra time on my eyeliner. I thought he was just stunned by my beauty.
I guess so.
He is so awkward while we wait for our table. He is avoiding eye contact with me. But it's a first date, right? So I'm like, it's a little awkward. We go sit down at the table. We talk a little bit. We order some drinks. And he's still weird. Oh, I forgot about drawing you. You're looking beautiful, darling. Anyway, so I excuse myself to use the restroom when I'm done with my drink. Go into a stall, do my business, come out to the stall, wash my hands, look up into the mirror. And what do I see in the mirror? Do I see a beautiful woman sparkling back at me? No. You see those suction cups that I bought? They left bruises all over my face where I used them. Here, here. I essentially had a bruised mustache and goatee. When I go back out to the table, realizing why this man has been avoiding looking at me, he's gone. And the manager of the restaurant walks up to me and tells me that he left and that he only paid for his portion of the tab. For anyone who thinks I'm lying, I'm not. If you're
Man, I don't even think this happened, in my opinion. I mean, these stories, guys, they are so scripted that I don't even think this happened, guys. I don't think so. She said that it happened, but I personally don't think so.
Man, what would you have
done? Full
of
it, man.
My friends have told me that he probably didn't say anything because he thought it was birthmarks. Oh yeah, you stayed to the end. I have no talent.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, wow, that was so funny, right? I guess so.
I don't know what it is, but we do not handle it well. Actually, I do know what it is, and I'm gonna tell you in this video. Women desire to be desired. Okay, that is something you're gonna see in every woman. She wants to be desired. Some people allow their desire to run them.
You want to be desired from the man that you want. See, you see what I'm saying? Not from the man that you don't want, from the man that you want.
People can harness their desire.
That's womanese.
But all women deep down want to be desired. And so when she's not desired or does not feel desirable, she takes that internally. I mean, it makes her sad. It can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. It can cause you to feel like you're not good enough. It can cause hopelessness. I mean, it gets very deep. Because of that, I think a lot of women don't put themselves out there. I think it boils down to one simple thing, that as women, we have to accept that looks matter. And we can fight it, we can argue it, but looks matter. And when a man's not attracted to us, it hits deep. Because most men are rejecting you because they're not attracted to you.
Rejection is part of a man's life.
Is this Tariq's ex-wife? I think she is, man. Ugh. She, I don't know. They way too masculine. Her voice, way too masculine.
As a challenge to conquer.
Okay, let's
But
go.
girls get fuck zoned. A boy stops talking to us suddenly after he gets a girlfriend, or starts ghosting us after we reject his first move. A friendship that we valued, we thought mattered, if only just a little to him, turned out not to matter at all. But in the end, we're the bad guys. We're the ones who lead the good guys on. Of course, we should just expect that's what you always want. We should just expect that friendship is never as valuable as a twist of our hand. They got friend-zoned. They only lost another girl, another rejection. But we lost a friend.
A man should not feel bad about ending a friendship after he has expressed romantic feelings for you.
And that's the trick. You want to get the friend zone. You want to get out of the friend zone. Let's say you get to the friend zone. Boom. After the friend zone, you go no contact. Check this out, guys. You go no contact, and then you go with another woman. And guess what is going to happen? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think is going to happen. Let me know in the comment section. You get into the friend zone. You told her. You made the mistake. She's, I just want you as a friend. You're my friend, right? You're no problem. I'm your friend, no problem. Cut the communication and go with another woman. What do you think is going to happen? Let me know in the comment section below.
And you don't feel the same, which is okay. Like, if you don't feel the same, you don't feel the same. But that does not mean that that man does not value friendship from females. No, because that man, he probably has enough friends. He's not looking to gain another friend. He's looking for his soulmate. A man should not be shamed when he does not want to put in the energy and effort into another friendship.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no!
Yeah, another friendship that's not going to go anywhere. So it's just, she's literally using you. So using your resources, she's using your time, which is very important. And what is going to happen? She's going to find another guy, and you're going to be only a wet pillow. And guess who, guys? Nobody wants to sleep on a wet pillow.
Friend that way.
This comment is so true.
Oh my
It
God.
does not help to be told that you're not missing out on anything if you've never had a relationship or been in love. It doesn't help. And that second piece, I can have all the self-love in the world. I can be content with myself, but that doesn't give me a person sitting on the couch next to me or a hand to hold or a million other little things that come as a result of a relationship. I've also noticed as I've been talking about this topic that people tend to also say like, well, you're not missing anything because all I've had is bad relationships. And I want to tell those people, I am so sorry that all you've had is bad relationships. I truly am. That has got to be so painful. And I don't know how that feels. But I think we do a disservice to ourselves and other people when we take our experience and make it the whole experience. And I think we tend to do that with a lot of things. I mean, I'm guilty of this in the past as well, is this idea that just because I might not feel a certain way about something, or I might feel a certain way about something, I then make it so that everybody else does as well, or everybody else wouldn't feel a certain way as well. There's so much complexity to being a human being on this planet that just because I haven't experienced something, just because I have experienced something and it's been difficult, doesn't mean that everyone who goes into that situation is going to be difficult. Just because your relationships or the relationships you've seen around you have been traumatic or difficult doesn't mean that there isn't truly love out there. And I think that's just such a hard component for us to understand. And the other thing that I've heard a lot, and I got a lot kind of on some of these posts, is that this sense that like I'm naive, that I'm naive to the difficulties that could come in a relationship just because I've never experienced them. And that is so not true. I'm not naive to what I'm saying that I'm wishing for. I'm just saying that like, I want the chance. Just give me a chance. But then at the same time, here it is. And at the same time, because I haven't had it for so long, now I'm like terrified of potentially putting myself out there because I've gone through so much trauma in my life that, anyway, okay, all right. So I guess I'll just say, like, I'm on a journey. Maybe I'll put myself out there again. The last time I did, my crazy ex-therapist was the one creating a dating profile for me. So maybe I'll put myself...
Oh my God. And this is the argument that a lot of people say, that therapy is a waste of time. A therapist making a profile for you, a dating profile. Such a waste. Such a waste.
Out there, maybe I won't. I don't know. Anyway, have a good day.
Damn. When your own therapist has to make you a dating profile to see if you can find a man.
Nah, they can't find a man. They just don't. The man that they're qualified for, they don't want them. This is the problem. They don't want those men. Because they don't want those men, it makes it difficult for the dating pool. Because what they want is a higher, they're average female. They want somebody that is above average. Doesn't work like that.
Giving.
I was rejected by a guy in the most embarrassing and humiliating way possible. But still a part of me feels like this was my fault, so I need you guys to let me know what you think. One day, I matched with this guy on Bumble who was very, very handsome. He was a documentary filmmaker, curly brown hair, profile said 6'2". At the time, I was going through an identity crisis, so I just so happened to dye my hair back to brunette, although previous to that, I was blonde. I was on this dating app, and unfortunately, I hadn't updated any of my photos to reflect the way that I looked, although the photos that I did have were just like taken 2-3 months ago. It's not like my physical appearance looked that different, it's just that my hair color was very different. So me and this guy are literally talking for 2 days, we're hitting it off, the conversation is flowing back and forth, and most of the time, guys will just waste your time and not ask you out on a date, or if they ask you out on a date, they'll ask you to like go for a walk in the park. Days after us matching...
So you cannot win, guys. I can guarantee you that's not what happened, guys. Guys are just asking to go for a date on the thousands. She doesn't like it.
We are on a date. I meet him for the first time. He's exiting his car and he's walking towards me. And as he's walking towards me, I could tell he has like a confused look on his face. And I've been on many dates. I've never been accused of being a catfish. I've never had somebody disappointed when they saw me in real life. In fact, I've had guys tell me that they are surprised and that I actually look better in person, that I look better than in my photos. It gives me a
probably ran through, bro. She's probably ran through.
We walk to the restaurant, we sit down, we're ordering drinks, and he's just asking him random questions, trying to make small talk, and he is just being very, very odd and standoffish. And at one point during the date, he looks at me and he says, "You look a little different than on your photos." I was like, yeah, I actually dyed my hair. I went darker. I've been a brunette in the past. Like, this is actually close to my natural hair color. And I was just tired of the blonde because it was ruining my hair. And then he tells me that he thinks that that is actually misleading and that I should have updated my dating profile photos to match how my hair looks now. So then I asked him, well, would that have changed your opinion of me? Would that have made you not want to go out on a date? And he kind of laughs. He
probably was a very high demanding guy.
Shrugs it off and says, well, you know, I do like blondes. And that just like rubbed me the wrong way. Anyway, we end up splitting some appetizers on a couple of drinks and I end up leaving and thinking to myself, like, this is probably not gonna
you end up leaving,
go anywhere because that guy is super, super weird. I have no plans on texting this guy, but then I get a text from him the next evening. He sends me a whole paragraph that I never even asked for. In his paragraph, he tells me that he thinks that it's not right, that I misrepresented myself on my dating profile, and that if he's being completely 100% transparent, he is into blondes, that is his specific type, and he does not prefer brunettes. I never replied to him. I ended up blocking his number. But guys, there was a part of me that almost got my butt into my car and went to Sally Beauty Supply to get some bleach because I was so insecure at that point. When I look back on it though, did I make a mistake? Did I misrepresent?
Yes, you did a mistake. You did a mistake. And he was very meticulous guy. Very meticulous. But let me know what you guys think, guys. I would love to hear you guys' opinions. I will see you in the next one.